everyone. Today I'm joined by Lynds, nail artist and creative force behind Black Canvas Nails in Bournemouth and online community Black Canvas Society. Hi Lynds, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here to talk about all things nails. So I guess we should start by digging into your background and how you started your
Mhm.
career. So you began your career in a different role working for the NHS. Can you tell me a bit about the decision to sort of transition to the nail industry?
Yeah, it was never a plan, if I'm honest. It was one of those things that I was like, oh, I'd love to do that one day with like a little shed in the garden or something, not realizing how much is involved. But I worked for the NHS for like 8 years in recruitment and HR. And then I had my little boy, and going back to work where I needed to travel for an hour just wasn't going to work. And weren't able to like flex the hours as much as I hoped. So it just ended up being that I was going to end up having to leave. I did I did my nail training in December as a side hustle. And my husband was like, this is just a side hustle, right? You're not going to burn yourself out. Whoops. Um, so flash forward to like March, I was at the point where I was definitely needed to leave my job. And Matt, my husband, was just like, just throw yourself into it, just try it. And then Black Canvas Nails happened.
That's
And I
amazing.
haven't stopped.
That's amazing. So before Black Canvas Nails, you hadn't had any experience with nails, or what was your sort of
Um,
experience like?
I Now I have done the training, and I realise I shouldn't have, but I used to do my own quite a lot and like friends and families every now and again. The fact I don't have a gel allergy is an actual miracle. I used to literally whack it on and just like wipe it off around my nails and be like, that'll be fine.
Yeah,
So
we've all been
dangerous.
there.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
I dabbled, I guess.
Yeah. So can you tell me a bit about Black Canvas Nails, specifically?
Yeah, so I started it wanting to have like a more alternative space because obviously you think of nails and it's usually quite like girly's not the right word, but it's like soft and really pretty, whereas I'm more alternative and a bit grungy. And I was like, I don't know that there's a space for me. And I just loved nail art. I loved watching like proper intricate videos of nail art and like all the barbed wire and particularly flames, which is my favorite thing to do. And I just wanted somewhere that reflected that and that sort of opened up a space for the alternative community. And since building it, I've realized actually there are pockets of alternative nail artists around the country. But yeah, yeah, that's why I specifically wanted something that's a little bit more dark.
Definitely. No, it makes a lot of sense. And the atmosphere that you're trying to create when someone walks into Black Canvas Nails, can you sort of describe that?
Yeah, of course. I'm based in a salon that's just had a rebrand actually. So we're now at Blend Studio, which is super cool. And the whole ethos, I guess, is that it is a really open space. So there's three of us that work there at the moment. We all do very different things. Um, we we all want it, but particularly me, have always wanted it to be so like calm and like an open space for people to just come and chill. A lot of my clients, it is literally their only 2 hours because a lot of them are mums or really busy working. So I didn't want it to feel like they were just another number. I wanted them to feel like this is their quiet space and that can come and chill and get exactly what they want on their nails and have a little rant if they want to, or just have a little cry without being judged. So I wanted it to feel like they're just sort of coming to see their mate to have some nice nails and then leave a bit more relaxed, which
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
ultimately they do.
definitely. I mean, there's a reason that they call it sort of beauty therapy, isn't there? So,
100%.
yeah. So in terms of Black Canvas Nails, what sort of treatments or nail sort of techniques do you specialize in?
Mhm. So I'm fully gel based. I don't do acrylics. If I'm honest, I don't think I've got the skills. I quite like a gel based. So I do build a gel, hard gel, extensions, and like your classic gel mani. But I think the thing that people come to me for mainly is my nail art. I'd say I specialize in nail art, anything from like the simple sort of dots and waves through to like character work. Flames is my absolute top skill, I guess. And I will never turn down a flame. But yeah, I think nail art is what sort of put me on the map, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of being put on the map, it's obviously a massive hit, Black Canvas Nails, obviously. Um, that was given it was such a big hit, did you struggle or how did you find juggling that and motherhood and being, having just had your first baby and all of that?
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot harder than I thought. Like I said at the start, I kind of thought you're a nail tech and then everything just sort of falls into place. But it is, I say to my members all the time, you are doing like 7 different jobs. And I don't think it's appreciated how many different things you have to juggle. It sounds really naive now, but I really didn't think being a mom would be this hard. It's so hard. So it took a while to find a balance. And if I'm honest, that balance changes all the time. Um, I'm just lucky to have like a really good support system around me. Like Matt's mom, bless her, is always at the other end of the phone to be like, "Can you just have Corey? I need to go and quickly sort something out." Um, yeah, it's been a journey for sure. Which is why I then sort of went on to make the society.
Yeah, we can absolutely. Let's speak about the society because
Mm,
speaking of support, you founded the Black Canvas Society. So let's go into a bit about the community and why you felt it was a necessary space to create.
mm. I I just felt really lonely, if I'm honest, when I started because I had obviously just had a baby, which makes you feel lonely because you sort of lose all your friends, but they're all off doing different things, and you're just left with a tiny human that can't talk back to you. And then I mean, I'm lucky I work in a salon with other people, but the not having someone to turn around to and be like, is this okay? Or would you have done that? Or how do I respond to this? Can be quite difficult, even when you do have people around you. So I just wanted like a nice little space that it's not like I didn't want to make like a formal course or anything. I just wanted a space people can go and just be like, oh my God, what do I do with this? Or this client's just said this to me, I don't know how to respond, or where do I turn? Because I've just decided to start a business with no business training. Um, and again, I wanted it to have that little bit of an alternative edge because it's bigger than I thought it was, but it's still quite a small community. Um, so I wanted to sort of mix those two worlds. And in the NHS, I was in a leadership role for most of it. So I've got quite a lot of experience of like mentoring and supporting people in their career. And I kind of wanted to put those good skills to use without having to go back into that because definitely done with HR. I do not want to do that again. But I wanted to use the good skills and make something special for nail techs.
Definitely. Obviously, we've spoken to a lot of different people about how the impact mentally, physically, emotionally on nail techs, being
Mm.
a nail tech. Do you think what do you think is the hardest part about being a nail tech, and do you think enough support is offered for that?
Hardest part. I think it's everything that isn't doing the nails. It's the business and the social media and the tax and managing the money and the you spend what you're like 8 hours a day or whatever you choose to do at the nail desk, and then around that you've got to fit literally everything else in.
Mhm.
Um, and I think there is support online, and there's like my society, and like I'm part of Shan's Clugasmic network, which is a massive support. There's those sort of memberships, but you do your training and they teach you how to apply builder gel beautifully, and then they kind of just go bye. And I think that's where it's missing. I think educators I mean, this is speaking from my own experience of the courses I've done. Obviously, I've not done every course. I think we need to have something in those spaces that are about how to build your business and how to look after yourself. Again, with the HR background, it towards the end of my career there, it was very focused on how do we stop people turning up to work they're not meant to? How are we going to promote them looking after themselves? How do we get support them looking after their mental health? Which is amazing and definitely the angle it should be going. But when you work for yourself, there's none of that. You can't just not turn up because you don't feel well enough because then you can't pay yourself. So I think the support is needed there for how you can look after yourself, but also earn, um, and how you can build your business without drowning.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I think it's probably quite a widespread feeling that
Mm.
how widespread has the uptake been for the Black Canvas Society?
Mm. We're still quite a small community, but on like the marketing videos and the TikToks I've put out where I'm talking about support and stuff, the comments are constant in there and everyone does feel the same. A lot of people, particularly when you talk about the loneliness or more difficult clients, and like the pricing and aspects like that. A lot of comments are saying that's exactly how I feel. Um, so it shows it's definitely needed. But we're at the moment we're still quite a small community, which is quite nice because it means I get to talk to them all every day, whether they want me
Definitely.
to or not.
Yeah, there's those individual relationships that you curate, which is nice with a smaller group.
Yeah.
What sort of people, do you have a variety of sort of people from different backgrounds and,
Mm.
specializing in different things that are benefiting from the society?
Yeah, we've got a good mix of people that have come from different like employed backgrounds, people that have been doing a little bit longer, people who are literally training right now, and this is like to support them in getting started. So like a good variety of where they're at in their career, which is really nice. And a good variety in their backgrounds in terms of what they were doing before as well, which I think is helpful because you can pick up from people's backgrounds lots of stuff that will help the nail stuff without being nail related, if that makes sense.
Definitely, definitely. It's all about individuality, but understanding that as a community, you come together. Um,
Yeah.
what's your favorite thing about the Black Canvas Society?
Um, I am loving the one-to-ones and the group chats, which I know is technically two, but it's the nicest thing to like one-to-one chat and as a group chat and realize we've all had similar issues or we are having similar issues, but then to actually support each other and fixing them. Like just before this, I had the monthly chat with the girls. Um, and we were talking pricing and policies. And just watching the members sort of support each other, I'm just like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to create because everyone knows different things and they can bring something different to the table. It wasn't about me making this thing and coming with all the answers, if that makes sense.
Mm.
So I'm loving that. And the one-to-ones are just, they're so valuable, I think. Because again, I'm not coming to these to be like, I know what you should do. I have done all this, da 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 da. It's about just being like a bouncing board and just using some of those coaching experiences to sort of fire questions and you get like yeah, that's what I need to do actually.
Yeah.
Sorted, I'll log off now.
Yeah. Yeah, we learn so much from our sort of other humans. So
Yeah,
it's really important to have those spaces. If someone were to be wanting to join you guys, where could they find you sort of online and also at Black Canvas Nails in person?
yeah. So in terms of nails, I'm based at Blend Studio in Bournemouth. I am fully booked at the moment, but I've got a little wait list on the go. And then online, I'm on TikTok and Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well, but that's more for clients, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I'm all over TikTok. I'm always on there.
Wonderful. Is there anything else that you want to add or you want to get out there that people should know about either, your nail art or the society itself?
I guess just to plug that we're still taking founding members, which means you get so much content for £24. So you get all the stuff that's on the portal and you get the monthly calls, you get one-to-ones, we have guest features. So we had Shan from Clugasmic there last month. We've got Jack, who is a content whiz coming in a couple of weeks' time. And they're sort of specific founding member spaces. So there's only a few left. So when they go, price is gonna go up a little bit. But I guess just to mention that because I think it's incredible value. A lot of the time the one-to-ones are like 20 odd pound on their own. So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I think it's an amazing, amazing thing you're doing. People need support from all walks of life and all careers. And it's so nice that you've
Mm.
created somewhere for nail tech specifically. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been so insightful and lovely to have you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.